Have you ever heard the saying, I need another project, like I need a hole in my head? Yep. This bike right here is exactly it. I saw this thing on the Verge and I thought, man, this thing is not that bad. There's still plenty of life left in this. I can't believe someone threw this away. So I brought it home. And the plan is fix it up, clean it, tune it, and flip it and put that money towards my dream retro mountain bike. Now the problem is I already have 3 projects on the go. I don't have time to mess around. So I thought this will be a perfect experiment. I've seen a YouTuber use furniture polish. Apparently it's easy. So I thought, you know what? Let me give this a go and see if it actually works. Also, to make it more interesting, I'm gonna give myself a time limit. Can I get this done in 2 hours? Let's find out. I'm sure it'll be fine. There's no reason why anyone would throw away a perfectly good bike, surely. If you're new to the channel, I started this journey by cashing in some recycling cans and decided to buy, restore and fix up old and neglected bikes and sell them for profit. Our current total is... and it's all towards my goal of dream retro mountain bike. So, what we have here is a Giant Upland, Giant black and white one. And yeah, let me tell you what's bad on it. So, obviously she's a little bit rusty and crusty. I'm sure furniture polish will fix this. Yeah, furniture polish can fix all that. The other thing is the forks. I love forks, suspension forks especially. Never have any dramas with those. But I think these will work, they actually move. The other issue is just the general tidiness of the thing. There's quite a few scuffs and scrapes on it. I'm sure furniture polish will sort that out. A little bit of rustiness, but it'll clean up. There are some positives, and those are pretty major positives. There's a reason why I kind of decided to make this video. Sometimes it's just worth picking up a free bike. Well, first one, tires. They're in a good condition. Second one, seat. Also in good condition. Third one, chain. In pretty decent condition. It will clean up quite well. Same deal for the rear tire, pretty good nick. You know what? This thing, quick cleanup, and it should be pretty good. No time to waste. I'm gonna set the timer, put it over there in the corner. The timer is on. Let's get cracking, I guess. It'll be easy, no dramas at all. All right. So what I'll do first is obviously take the wheels off, see what I'm dealing with, and then I'm gonna start to take off some of these accessories. Actually, before I do that, the wheel bearings feel all right. Bottom bracket feels all right. Front wheel bearing feels all right. They spin all right. They spin all right. Okay. Let's go through the gears and stuff. The shifter is not shifting at all. What's going on? Oh, the shifter is not shifting at all because I clamped the cable. Don't do that. I should probably put it on prop. Dude, I'm wasting so much time. Alright, let's try the gears now. Hey, shifts. Doesn't shift. Sort of. It generally works. I think it'll be fine. So, small and small. Let's get the wheels off. And then let's start cleaning it up. Actually, first the other thing, we'll take off the accessories, but this one doesn't have many, so it's good. I feel like I'm rushing, like there's a clock ticking. Right, 10 minutes in, bit of a progress update. I decided I'm gonna replace the stem. I have another pretty average one and I'll go and see if I can polish it up with the furniture polish. And then I'll also fit the finest AliExpress grips I can get for $1.50. So that'll be about the amount of spending I think on this bike. It does have quite a few chips and nicks on the frame, so I'm gonna give a quick try to the furniture polish. I'm not holding my breath on it. If that doesn't work, I'll just use the cut and polish and then just clean up the frame. All right, let's try the first experiment. So what I'll do is I'll use the furniture polish on this side and see how well it cleans up. And then on this side, I will just use some soapy water spray, which I normally use. Smells nice. Very florally. Kinda works. All right, now let's try the soapy water. To be honest, guys, it's kind of much of a muchness. Soapy water clearly doesn't leave the kind of shiny finish. But what I'm also noticing, let me show you, polish doesn't take away these kind of scuffs. So I'm gonna try this Paint Doctor, which is what I normally do. And let me see if that will take those scuffs away or they're just kind of there. Paint Doctor takes those scuffs away, whereas furniture polish doesn't. All right, so not 100% sold on a frame, but let's try it on these brake levers. So they're a bit faded and kind of scuffed, so same deal. I'll use a furniture polish, try not to spray it on the brake pads, and then I'll use the soapy water on the other side and see how that works. Okay, let's try soapy water. I don't know, like the difference is minute. This is a little bit more polished compared to this one. All right guys, I'm calling it. I don't think this furniture polish is all that's cut out to be. It sort of works, cleans the stuff, it leaves a bit of a shine to it, but it's nothing special. What I'm finding is that the soapy water, just a plain old dishwashing detergent or liquid we have in the house, works quite well. And then for those really scuffs and stuff on a frame, I use this kind of Paint Doctor thing, but T-Cut or any of these kind of paint polishes seem to work better. And it doesn't really cost me much time, so I think I'm gonna stick with the soapy water. So let me give this a bike a quick clean and a wash. It's probably gonna be a time lapse, and then yeah, I'll let you know where we're at. So here are a couple of things where the paint polish comes in super handy. So you see how these scuffs and scratches on the frame are very obvious, but the reality is, but the paint polish cleans this off quite nicely. So let me show you. So I'll give it a quick wash with the soapy water, just to kind of take off all the dust and grime and stuff like that before I start polishing. Alrighty, and next thing I'll put some of that paint polish. Oops. Apologize for all the noises. This stand is super creaky.
A few moments later.
So the frame has cleaned up quite well as it gets. It has quite a few chips and scratches on it, but it looks definitely a lot better. Same deal with a bit of a wash of the cranks and the rear triangle. We'll do a little bit of a touch up with the black marker once it's all finished. I also gave the forks a quick polish just to try it. I think with that paint doctor, it will work quite well. I won't even paint those. I'll just replace the stem for a bit of a nicer one, and then yeah, that'll do. So what I'll do before I start that, I'll put the back wheel on and then test the shifters, make sure they all work. And yeah, then we'll work on the forks because they're the ones that need a little bit more work. Time check. 34 minutes in. All right, still on track. Let's clean up these shifters. So what I'll do is I'll spray some WD-40 in them. Where am I spraying it? Everywhere. Cool. Alrighty. While that's soaking in, let's put the back wheel on. Alrighty. Let's try put the brakes on. So make sure we can stop the back wheel. There you go. Look at it shifting. Perfect. Shifts all the way to the lowest gear. Quite smooth. Easy. Let's try the front now. Yep. Man, there's nothing wrong with this bike. The shifters were a bit gummed up and it was dirty. This is gonna be easier. So now that we know the shifters work, let's pull all this stuff off. And then what I might do is I might actually just take the forks off. It's a bit easier to clean them. Yeah, we are at 40 minutes. Decent stack of spacers. Cool. And the bearings are actually reasonably greased up, so I'll take this brake off as well just to give me better access. Right, let's have a look at that. Now the forks move through the range, as you can see, but they're very basic. There's no real adjustment to them. Seals look in a good condition. Yeah, they just look a bit rusty and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll give them a quick wash now, and then we'll deal with the rust first before we start polishing the outers. All right, let's clean the forks now. Time check, 50 minutes in. So what I'll do, put some WD-40 on it. And then I might try straight away with a fine. Yet again got interrupted by the wife coming back from work. All right, so put the WD-40. Let's give the forks a quick sand. It says 500 to 600 grit, so let's give it a go. It's working, but what it's doing is it's kind of sanding the chrome off. Yeah, so what it's doing is it's kind of scuffing the chrome. It's not gonna look cool. Now, luckily this is at the back of the fork. I'm gonna put this stuff on. It's called Ranex Rust Buster. Pretty much an acid industrial strength, and it's a rust converter, and it actually works really well on when it's not too bad. So let's do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a whole bunch of this stuff on there. This might take a little while. We're at the 50-minute mark, so I think I'm ahead of time. Well, this is taking longer than expected. So it's been quite a few, 15, 20 minutes. 15 minutes. The chemical option is not really working as well as I hoped it would be. It took some of the rust off, but there's still a fair bit in there. So, don't know if you can tell. So what I will do is gonna go with the mechanical version. So this is the part where I sanded it down. And then I tried a 1200 grit and then using the metal polish, and it kind of works okay. So what I might do is I'll do the same on these really rusty portions. All right, let's give that a go. All right, I think that's enough. What I will do now is use a metal polish. The aim is to really try and blend in the scuffed areas with the bottom where it's all nice and clean still. So try and make the difference in shine as less as possible. Forks are sorted. Time check. Hour and 20 minutes. All right. Let's give the handlebars a quick polish and then start putting stuff together. So just to give you a before shot. Ta-da! Shiny. Cool. Spacers are all nicely polished. I'll give the head bearings a quick clean. They're greasy, but they're kind of sticky. A little bit of fresh grease will make them work a lot better. Let's give cups a quick clean. They're grease. Dust seal. And a wedge. I need another spacer because this is a different stem. Ready? So the way you adjust them is you tighten it just enough so that there's no play. And that's it. Don't need to over tighten it. And then line them up as best as we can. We'll tighten it all once we put the handlebars on. Click, torque set. Okay. Let's put the bars in. Ready? Let's put the brakes. Or the shifters rather. Now before we tighten them, oops, let's put the other one. So we're going to position them roughly there. Cool. Now let's replace the brake pads quickly. Well, that made no difference. Let's get the rear pads done. Time check. Hour and 40 minutes. And we haven't even touched the wheels. So what I will do, actually, as a matter of fact, I won't even take them off. My battery died. So what I was doing was replacing the brake pads. Let's keep doing this. Can't help myself. Alrighty, so the brakes are on. What are we doing next? Next we're gonna fit the the wheels. Alrighty, so the wheels. Let's make some room here. I haven't even touched the wheels. I don't even know what's going on with the wheels. So rear wheel. Yep, it's fine. No, bearings are all good. What I might do is I'll replace the skewers. So this one's a bit rusty. I will clean it, but not right now. So I'll just slap on a new skewer. And then I think it just needs a clean, to be honest. I'm gonna give it a quick clean. There you go. You know what? We're keeping the dork disc. I'm just gonna give it a clean. Dork disc gone. Oh, this cassette is all separate pieces. Huh. Wait, what? So this cassette is all separate, and it has a screw in here that seems to have a thread. Can't find anything. Okay, let's give this a go. Does it matter? Doesn't look like it matters. Gotcha. Alright. Wow, that's most interesting. I've never seen a cassette fall apart like that. A lot easier to clean though. This cassette is taking too long. I shouldn't have done this. Then you kind of screw into the last sprocket. There you go. Now it's one piece. Wow, okay. First time for everything. Tighten it. Yeah, cool. It's all done. Well, that took way longer than it should have. But looks nice and shiny. Spins well. Alrighty, that's back wheel done. Now let's deal with the front one, and by that I mean we're gonna take the skewer off and that's about it. Let's give it a quick wash, I guess. If you missed it, I have just done and cleaned the front wheel. It's all sorted. Bearings are good, I'm not even gonna touch them. And the time check is not just yet. I'll show you in a second. Rightio, let's fit these wheels. Actually, I should try and pump them up before I fit them. Gotta have caps. Let's adjust these brakes. Unfortunately, both of my camera batteries died, so you missed out on the most exciting adjustment of brake pads in YouTube history. One thing that hasn't run out of battery, unfortunately, is my timer. That's still going. So let's see how long it took to get this thing sorted. All right, let's fit the brake. Let's fit the... It's too late, man. Let's fit the handle holder thingies. No, genuinely, what are they called? Grips. Grips. Let's fit grips. Bit of a brake cleaner. Always helps. Oops. Soapy water next. This is not working the way I envisage. Oh, far out. We're not doing that. On this side, we're using soapy water. Screw this. It's a lot easier. Soapy water, people. Currents. And the last thing we'll do is lubricate the chain. Drown it in this stuff. Right, yeah, the chain is done. Let me just tune the gears a little bit. It's not shifting on the highest for some reason. All right, done. It's amazing what people throw away, isn't it? So this bike cost $10 for the brake pads and about $2.50 for the grips, and it's pretty decent condition. Furniture polish, nah, not my thing. I'll stick with the soapy water and the paint polish. That seems to give better results. The furniture polish kind of shines it up, but it needs to be already in a decent condition, the paint. And then how long did it take? So my goal was to get it all done in 2 hours. And it took me 2 hours and 32 minutes. Not quite the 2 hours I was aiming for, but I did spend a bit of time messing around with the cassette. I'll list the bike for sale now, and then let's see how much we can get for it. I ended up advertising a bike a few days later, and it was sold within hours. Ended up with the hourly rate of about $43. Not bad at all in my books. It brings my current total to $1,155. So I guess I better start searching for this dream bike, because I'm starting to have a few dollars. If you like this video and you want to see the journey from beginning, check out this playlist. I'll see you next time.